Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Gear Talk. And this time a little provocation and a trick that will help you to get the best from your digital camera. Before we begin, as usual, if you want to support the channel, please put a like, subscribe and share with your friend. And if you want to go a step further, check out my books, Photography, Dev Manual, all the basics about photography, digital and film. Lasting Photographs, a beautiful novel with a very nice review online, and the theme is photography obviously, and fine art inkjet printing. Everything you need to know to start to print fine art with your inkjet printer, and no matter if you use film and scan your film or use digital, this book can be good for you. This said, let's talk about the topic, and it's how to get the best from your digital camera. When I look around, I see a lot of time people that is struggling to get perfect photographs that they want. They continue to upgrade their cameras and follow this very fast evolution, and every time they go further with the camera, buy another expensive camera, and still they are not satisfied by the results. And for me there's one main reason, and is that digital cameras tend you to concentrate too much on the camera, on the features of the camera, and don't let you concentrate on the subject. So if you want to get the best from your digital camera, no matter the camera you have, the best thing you can do is to get some black cardboard, cut a piece like this in the size that are right for your camera, turn your camera on the back, take this black cardboard and attach it in front of the LCD display. And that means you have to use your digital camera if it was a film camera. If you think film cameras, here I have one that is one of the last film cameras produced. Beautiful camera, all electronic, with a lot of functions and options and things that you can personalize. But what is the difference between this and this? Basically, this has a display, this doesn't have a display at the back. No film camera has display, no film camera has a way to show you the picture in advance. So with the digital cameras, usually what you do, you take the picture, you look at the scene, take the picture and take a look back at the display to see how the picture was. Or sadly, right now there's many cameras that are going to be only with the electronic viewfinder, so just mirrorless, and in that case it becomes quite difficult because the electronic viewfinders give you already an interpretation of the image from the camera. But you can still do something like this, and the idea is to use this camera as if it was a film camera. So set up your camera, no matter if you put RAW or JPEG. JPEG can be a good exercise. Also, if I don't like JPEG much, I prefer to shoot RAW, but as an exercise can be quite good to put the camera, set the camera on JPEG, go around and take the pictures without knowing what the picture will be. You just take the picture, take another one, and so on. You will learn to, first of all, to know your camera. No matter if you use it in fully automatic, in partially automatic, or totally manual, that is not the point. You can use any camera with the features you want, but the idea is go out, take the pictures, and concentrate on the subject. Don't look at the back of your camera. You will see how much time you waste looking at LCD. Just with a trick like this, you will notice how much the fact that the camera has an LCD, it's influencing your weight to take picture. So do this, and you will be forced to trust the camera. You will be forced to understand where the camera is good or not good in the exposure and so on. You will not be able to take a second shot based on the mistake of the first one. So you will be forced to learn how to take the first shot right. You will be forced to look at the composition when you put your eye in the viewfinder. And that's another very important thing. I see a lot of photographers that take the picture and look on the LCD to see if the composition was right. That's absolutely a wrong thing to do. What you need to learn is to have the composition straight in your viewfinder. And you will learn to do this if you don't have an LCD. So that's an important part for the composition, but also for exposure. It's the same thing. You will have to decide if you trust the camera, the exposure meter in the camera or not. You can, for example, you can get a digital camera and go out and do as you do sometime with the film. That is the Sunny 16 rule. So you go totally manual and f16, the shutter speed 1 over the ISO sensibility of the camera, and take the pictures in that way, and you will see that sometimes is not that necessary to change all the parameters every moment. If you have a sheen that is not changing, it's quite absurd to have all pictures with different exposure. It's just normal, as we did in film, to set up the camera for a sheen and then concentrate on the subject, and the exposure will always be good. And you can do a lot of these different things if you have the LCD that is covered, if you don't know how the picture will come out. And there's another thing. When I say use it as a film camera, go out, take the pictures, and wait a day or two before you review the pictures. That gives you another point, that is you will have time to set your feelings for the sheen, to set them apart, just be more rational later, or continue to be emotional, but only if the subject was very strong. It's difficult to explain, but when you go out with film, you tend to think every shot a little bit better, and you tend to take photographs of scenes that really are transmitting and giving you something. And while you wait, in your mind there are photographs that you took that stick in your mind, and you think, oh, I want to see that, and others that you will forget in that 24-48 hours. So that's another good exercise, because when you go out to take pictures and you want to get the best from your camera, you need to think before you take the picture, and you need to take less pictures and better pictures. You need to go for quality, not for quantity. And a simple trick like this will force you to go for the quality and not for the quantity of the images. So this is the very simple trick. By the way, it's one of the tricks that I have put in my series that I did under the COVID lockdowns. There was 10 exercises to become a better photographer, and you can check it, the series here. And our exercises that also without COVID you can do them perfectly. It was just the idea that you didn't need to travel to the Yellowstone to become a better photographer, but you can check that out. If you want other tricks, and if you want other suggestions, just let me know down in the comment what you think and what you like me to talk about. But this is all. Take your digital camera, put a cardboard on it, and you will discover a world of difference. You will learn how to use a digital camera as it was a film camera, and so how to be more careful about what you take the pictures of, much more careful about the composition, much more careful about the exposure and all the technical aspects. And you will start to finally know your digital camera, because you will not correct the camera every moment. you will just see the results of the camera afterward, and so you will start to understand if your camera usually overexposed, underexposed, and all these kind of things, what kind of scenes. And by the way, to do this exercise, the best thing you can do, go to the most basic settings of your camera. So turn off all the kind of automatic correction for the dynamic range compensation and all these kind of things. Make the camera as simple as possible. Put all the correction to 0 and just go out and take the pictures. This said, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please put a like, subscribe and share with your friends. And if you want to go a step further, check out my books, Lasting Photographs, a novel with very good reviews online, Photography, the manual, all the basics about photography, digital or film, and inkjet fine art printing, everything you need to know to print with inkjet printers and create fine art. Thank you for watching, see you next time.